Hey guys, welcome back to the Keep It Reet YouTube channel. In this one, we're welding titanium. Tree. Keep it right. Alright, we're back with another wagon, Barra Wags video. In the last one you saw, we started the final assembly of stuff. The interior is starting to take shape. Started doing some lines and stuff. Still waiting on the rocker cover turbo and intake and piping to finish up with its chroming process. But in this one we're going to be doing some fabrication. We're going to be doing the exhaust, hopefully the screamer pipes as well, and we might be getting it started in this one. Not sure, we'll see how we go. But yeah, got another major sponsor that's jumped on board this epic build. So shout out to Pulse Titanium, local guy in Melbourne out here. He's supplying a lot of fabricators and workshops with some of the best quality titanium getting around. He gave us a trial piece, and I've only ever welded stainless in it. Aluminium, and I was able to weld it up without too many dramas. Here was the trial piece, so yeah, basically it welded like stainless. Thought it was pretty bloody good, so now we've got a bucket load of titanium here. This is just some of the bends and pie cuts and stuff. You can get it in raw or in blue. Everything comes wrapped, cleaned, and ready to weld, which is pretty sick. We got some V-bands to go from stainless to titanium, because we're going to weld a bit of stainless to the back of the turbo, because our turbo rear housing doesn't suit the V-bands, but that's alright. I'll show you what I'm going to do with that soon. But yeah, huge thanks to Pulse Titanium. Make sure you check out their website or check them out on Instagram. Titanium seems pretty epic. It's super light and looks gangster and sounds gangster, so keen to have a play with it. Gonna get this Barra sounding off its head for sure. Honestly, when you compare the price of this stuff to like stainless or aluminium, it's not that much dearer when you already got to buy the stuff in the first place anyway. I reckon it's definitely going to be worth it. It's going to be sick on this build. We're going to see what we can do with it. So I'm going to be taking the blue off these pie cuts with some Scotch-Brite, because we are going to be colouring it all ourselves with a blowtorch to get some cool different colours. So I'm going to do that, and also have a 3 to 4 inch reducer I'm going to weld to the back of the turbo. So it's going to go 3 inch out to 4 inch, weld a 4 inch stainless to titanium V-band on that, which is this bad boy here. And then we can start our 4 inch dump pipe. So I'm going to do a pie cut, 4 inch dump, snaking down there. There is not much room. It's going to be taut. And then we're going to go to a 3 inch exhaust with a 5 inch diff back section and pie cut turn down tip on the end in 5 inch titanium. Should be pretty killer. This thing is going to sound like no other Barra in the world. Don't know if there's any Barras with a titanium exhaust. Can't find any. If there is, let us know in the comments below, but hopefully it's a first, and hopefully it sounds sick. So I'm going to get cranking and give you updates as I go. So I welded the reducer to the V-band. First weld with the purge and the new cup, making sure everything's clean and doing it all the right way. And I'm stoked with how it come out. Best weld I have ever done. Almost no colour. That focus is shocking. What's happening, GoPro? Anyway. Almost zero colour discoloration. GoPro will not focus on it. But yeah, I'm stoked with that. Hopefully we can make them all look like that. So now that gets welded. It's still a bit warm. The back of the turbo like that. And then we got our 4 inch titanium from there. So I go ahead and weld that. Yeah. Alright, so I sprayed the front and rear calipers yesterday in some caliper paint. Did not want to stick. So today I've sandblasted them all. These are the fronts. There are R33 front calipers the Acostal takes. And then in the rear we got 4 brand new BABF ones. So I've sandblasted them as well. Now I'm gonna try again. Hopefully the paint sticks this time. Got the turb skis back on, looking good. We got this piece I welded up the other day, come up sick. Started to do some lines, hooking some stuff up. Coming together. Got a small oil cooler from Phoenix, which is pretty fresh. Shout out Phoenix for supplying all the cooling goodies. So this should fit just under this headlight already. I started to tape up some pie cuts for the dump pipe, something like that. I was gonna go, ebb, something like that. But I ran out of pie cuts, but Pulse Titanium is gonna come drop off some more, hopefully today. And I'm gonna keep cranking on the exhaust, which would be sick. Yeah, try to get it tacked up. And then we're gonna try polish it, heat treat it, then weld it. And try to get some sick colors and finish out of it. All right, old mate Pulse has just dropped by. Forgot to get the GoPro out. Yeah, next time he comes by, we'll get him on camera. I'm sure they have something to say, but yeah, shout out Pulse Titanium, supplying the best titanium in Australia. He's dropped us off a shitload more 4-inch pie cuts. Also got some gangster titanium nuts for our shut tops. They're sick. You can heat them and get crazy colors out of your nuts. So once we get our proper camber tops, we'll heat up some of these and get some sick colors and whack them on there. Got some 2-inch stuff for our dual screamers, reducer to go from 4-inch to 3-inch for the exhaust, and a bucket load more filler wire, which is sick. So yeah, I'm gonna clean up this blue anodizing off these and go ahead and keep pie cutting down here. Got that all tacked together and on there. I'm not sure I showed you, but yes, get it going. Hey, eat that ass up, boy. Little trial piece. Get away from it. Got the dump pipe, 4-inch dump, all tacked up, down to a 3-inch on this end. Looks gangster. Pie cuts are sick. We're trying to work out how we want to do our colours and whatnot. I'm going to try heating it from this end and bleeding it out and then welding these two bits because this stuff's already polished, and just seeing how it looks. It's a bit of an art, the old heating and the welding, but a bit of a practice piece that's under the car. Then we can work out what we're going to do with the dump pipe, the top of it. Just have a crack. Alright, so we were having to play around with some colour changing going on there. Looks pretty damn gangster. I just welded on the O2 bung for the wideband sensor. But yeah, there is the 4-inch dump. It's looking pretty sick, pretty intricate, super tight in here. It's like a few mil away from a lot of things, but we're actually gonna take this to a guy down the road who polishes things and get him to polish this bit up, because we're hot boy AF and we want that polished, burnt, shiny look, kind of like that. So yeah, gonna take it to him. He'll whip that out today, hopefully the Savo. I can finish welding that up, get it on the car. I'm gonna have to do a solid mount for the dump as well at some point, but I'm gonna get that on, and in the meantime, I'm gonna get the rocker cover, intake manifold on, and start doing the oil cooler lines to the Mishimoto thermostatic sandwich plate. The rest of the fuel lines, once the intake manifold and fuel rail's on, I gotta do power steering lines, 2 more lines for the turbo, catch can breather lines. But once I'm done that, I'm gonna put some ethanol in the fuel cell and get the laptop and punch some numbers in to the computer, and we're gonna fire her up. Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Got a bit to do before then, but yeah, hopefully, very soon, we're gonna hear this thing burst into life. So smash that like button, true? Alright, so we decided for the dump pipe, we were going to weld it and then get it polished and then heat it because of the pie cuts. There's so many welds so close together. So I just spent countless amounts of hours welding this thing up. She's all finished. That's obviously heat treated, but yeah, come up pretty good. Not too bad. It's my first time welding titanium. Couple boogers, not bad. Okay, so that'll go get polished and then we can put some colour in at the top there. It literally just welds the same as stainless pretty much. I'm not amazing at welding stainless in the first place, so if you are amazing at welding stainless, then you'll probably do just fine welding this stuff. It's a little bit stickier. It's like the filler rod wants to get stuck in the pool if you're not careful, but apart from that, like, and it fuses real easy together, so you can fuse tack it real easily, I found. But yeah, come up pretty sick. With our wideband bung welded on there, ready to go for our Haltech wideband. Might mock it up right now and see if it still fits. Did the maths, and all these pie cuts and everything adds up to 6.2 meters of welding. It was a lot. Gave her a bit of a test mock up. Oof. Oof. Bit dry. Ooh. Ooh. Surely the sticker's not staying on the rocker cover. Ruin the build. Alright, so down here at Keep It Reet, we're all massively indecisive and it's an absolute shit show. So we've decided we're going to leave the dump pipe now after so much back and forth. So I'm going to finish heating this up because when we were playing around with it, we did that. So I'm going to heat this up to blue and then blend some purple and gold up to about here. And then we're gonna leave that because it kind of looks pretty cool and pops on the chrome. So yeah, go ahead, do a time lapse of doing that. We're getting close to the first start. I've just been buttoning up a shitload of lines. Oil, water, air. They're not all complete, but I've done it to the point where we can start it. I pulled the belt off the front so we don't destroy the power steering pump because I haven't done the power steering lines yet. She's looking gangster. Catch can lines. Servo lines. Starting to button up. I still need a lot more line separators and P-clips and stuff to really tidy a lot of it up, and the wiring all needs to be tidied up. I'm going to put run-in oil. We've got some straight 30 run-in oil because it's got a fresh bottom end rebuild. So we're going to need some run-in oil because the engine actually has to be broken in still because it hasn't been yet. Got some 8140 full synthetic for the G-Force dog box, and then some Fuchs diff oil for the diff. Yeah, get some fluids in her. Get out the laptop that I purchased yesterday and punch some numbers into the ECU so it knows that it's a Barra. Hook up the CAN bus keypad and push the button and see if we can get her to burst into life. Something like that. Guess he's got the new Dr. Draft for getting rid of him. How spicy does it look, She's getting buttoned up. I reckon best sounding Barra in the world. Oof. Oof. Not a big call. I think it's the only titanium Barra in the world. Surely. It's on the internet. Get that rust. We might have to V-band some 3-inch out straight off the dump to get an idea for the sound. That looks hot. Yeah, I still just need a line separator like there. Tie it together. Dude. Don't even need it solid. That'll do. Yeah, it will. Stuff on there and it should be alright. Yeah, fluids and then limmy back straight up. That's the only way to wear it in, huh? Yeah. Straight up limmy back. Alright, let's do it. Go funnel gang. Oh. Nailed it. Next minute, something's not attached or something. Alrighty. She's got all half of 40.
The old block, don't care about wagon.
Yeah, like I was saying, all the essential oils and fluids, for the most part, the clutch fluid is not in and has not been bled. The brake lines are not even ran. Power steering lines aren't ran. But we should be able to get a little fire out of her. Once I punch some numbers into a computer, and hopefully all the wiring is sweet. We're about to find out when we give the ECU power and see if anything goes bang. So while we wait for the computer to warm up, I've got the coil packs unplugged at the moment at the back there because I got to set the well settings for the 35 coils. But let's flick some switches. First switch is the circuit breaker. That hasn't tripped. Oh, there's a wheel nut. That hasn't tripped yet. That's a good sign. We'll grab the battery isolator key. Next minute, key lost. We don't have the dash back from Mitch. Mitch is CAD drawn up our stock 31 cluster so he can get a surround made so he can bolt the IC7 dash straight into it. So I'll have to use the computer for monitoring, but we can go ahead and give this ECU power. I'm slightly nervous. Put the key in. Holy shit, it went to start.
Really?
Why did it go to start?
That's not good.
Starter motor works, but that is not right. For some reason the starter motor has power. Alright, so I need to plug the computer into the ECU without power on the ECU and load our settings that we preset for all the inputs and outputs. So obviously right now the ECU, who knows what is on it, and it's doing all sorts of things. So we'll get our file on there and then go from there. All right, it's Monday morning. Last Friday, we tried to get this thing running. I only had about half an hour after I finished buttoning up some of the lines. And we had a few dramies. I'm gonna spend today trying to fix it and get her cranking up. So yeah, I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna use my multimeter and just test out some of the wiring, some of the obvious wiring, to see if there's any issues there. Make sure we didn't stuff anything up, because as you might have saw when I turned the main power on for the ECU, the starter motor started going and one of the fans started going. Not exactly what you want. So I'm going to test all the wiring and then dive into setting the ECU up and troubleshooting and see if we can't get this thing firing up. Yeah, so I got it all sussed out. I was on the phone to Mackie and on the team viewer. Shout out Mitch from Mackie Elec Industries. So yeah, I think it was mainly just stuff in the computer, in the ECU, doing all the funny business. We had two issues. One, two of the pins for the throttle body drive-by wire were like pulled out, so I fixed them. And the other one was the cables going to the 3 relays for the 3 fuel pumps. Mackie told me they could be positive or negative. You could change it in the ECU. Turns out they have to be a ground. So the other side of the relays, I've given power, so now the ECU grounds each relay to turn the fuel pumps on. So that's all sorted. We primed the engine with oil. We had it cranking, got up to like 60 psi of oil pressure, just cranking. It was loving it. Had oil dripping out of turbo oil drain, so I've hooked that up. We've got fuel pressure, no leaks or anything. So I'm gonna get Mackie back on the phone just to be safe. I think we're gonna check spark as well. Make sure we got a good spark, and then go kick her in the guts, fire up. Still haven't got the belt on, so we got no water or power steering. Won't run it for too long, but just make sure it all works. Be keen. Keen?
Yeah, just got my butt track. I'm ready to go.
I'll just, on the computer here, brought up a few things to have a look at when we start her up. Should be sweet. Hey bro, yeah, we're ready to give her a start, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
We'll test all the fuel pumps and shit, or?
Yeah, well, they were priming. I got fuel pressure, so.
Yeah.
We're vlogging as well. You're on the vlog. Say hi to the vlog.
Hi, vlog.
We just set the fuel pressure.
Oi!
Mackie on the team view was watching it go down because she was a bit high.
Alright, so fuel pump turned off.
Yeah, mate.
Beautiful. Alright, so we'll set your fuel pressure, reset your injectors, your coils. We'll turn your injectors off and see if we get an RPM signal. 2 secs.
We're not starting it yet.
Oh, come on, I'm ready now.
We're going to check RPM signal.
Don't check
on the
anything,
triggers
press
bit.
start.
Hold the starter for a little bit longer.
Fucking don't. Everything's solid, man, and she's a rattly girl.
Engine
When
mounts.
it's on a hoist.
Engine mounts are a bit rattly. Solid as fuck.
The only thing we need to check is we'll see what the throttle's doing.
Check the limit. That's some throttle.
That's some throttle. Electronic throttle. Jason's gonna be like 4th gear, mid sweeper. Wow, stuck at 100%. Turns out you do have a hazards button too.
True.
And like,
Got a whole lot of blanks, just have to guess.
yeah. Do like my car. There's like 6 switches, you just gotta guess. NOS override button.
Give your throttle a stab for me. Okay, cool. So,
Only getting 99.8.
Yeah, it's not getting full throttle. It's 2% more power as I could be getting.
0.2%.
0.2%.
Restractions. That could be the difference between 490 kilowatt and 500.
You mean 800 kilowatt?
498 and 500.2. They're on the bills.
Compressor. Why don't you yell at that? You yell at me when I make noise.
Sorry. The compressor. Got some fuel, Drip?
Yeah, mate. We got 2 Jerry's in there.
Yeah, if you sold mate. Like that one there.
I remember how it's like 15 mil too far forward.
What?
But it's not square.
No, not scared.
No, it's
Shut up, Corey.
Crap bars. I'm scared. I'm scared. It's time, boys. It's time.
I reckon Jason's pretty nervous.
Need a fucking.
toolbox.
You ready?
Need a fucking
Jason, you ready?
one of those.
What's the shield from a ride? Try some throttle.
No throttle.
What are you thinking, me?
She flooded. Pump block.
Oh, your coil packs aren't plugged in, right?
Pump block.
The big plug at the back, too.
I reckon that might have a little bit to do with why it's not starting.
Oh, might have something to do with it.
The suspense.
You ready to go?
Full boosters. Nice. Nice, Gary. Nice doing nothing, Corey.
I blasted it.
Oh, we got a little power out of it.
Yeah.
Take that.
Sounds like that. Huh?
Yes.
Needs an exhaust. It's only got the dump pipe.
Needs more titanium.
Titanium dump pipe.
No, it's quite purry. It sounded pretty
For a dump pipe.
pretty JZ like.
Yeah, for off the dump, not bad.
Oh. 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 Getting a little bit of abrupt.
Yeah, I can smell it. Yeah.
That E85. That rich.
Sounds angry as.
Do you want to start it up for me?
Ben was reading, wasn't it? Yeah.
Hey, don't do that, you fucking idiot.
Mitch goes, oh yeah, just start it up for us. Jason's finger.
Like a carrot.
Alright, do you want to start it up again? I'll try and get the score a bit better.
Get the brat tune already. Rotational idle straight away, don't you? Just for the vlog, for the start cam day, yeah.
Rotational idle straight away.
Tradition for the Wagoon.
You have a lumpy idle on your old one.
Oh, yeah.
It did have cams, big injectors. You reckon it was just something to do with the injectors? I don't really get it. I don't know.
You sort of have to, or no?
Yeah, new songs to get it started.
Gonna let him play for a while, but we started it, boy. Drew. One fan.
Yeah, well.
For your sandblasting. We dad it. We dad it.
She's alive.
She's alive.
They're good.
Now what? Put it back in storage. Another 6 months.
In storage. No, it's sick. She works. That's a bit of a relief that the wiring didn't go up in a ball of smoke. What?
Testament to Jesse's wiring. Very good work, son. No drummies. Yes.
But don't hit me up to do your wiring because it ain't gonna happen.
That's the only reason I put you on, to do the wiring. But, oh, you're a Sparky? No, Drew.
I need one of them.
So when you finish this build,
I'm done.
you're done.
That's alright. Is what it is.
So tell us what happened. Give us a rundown with the ECU. You happy?
I don't know what else to say. No, it's sick.
All worked.
Worked out, man.
Didn't change much.
Had a bit of Mackie in the computer, setting up some stuff for us because it is pretty hectic in that software because it controls the whole car. It's not just an ECU, so trying to set up all the inputs and outputs. There's a bit going on. Went over my head. But yeah, Mackie's done it a million times and got to sort it out. We still got to select which buttons on the keypad we want to do what and then put our stickers on. There's a lot of playing around to do with that. It's pretty straightforward though.
Ish.
Yeah.
But now we know it all runs, so we can
Yeah.
get on to other things like finishing exhaust, some screamer pipes,
Ish.
some power steering lines, get some dash back. Kang dash coming.
Kang dash.
Should be next video, I reckon. Dash, put that
Cluster, IC7 thing.
Tang, electronic dash. Door cards look gangster.
Ish.
But yes, all to be revealed.
Stay
Soon enough.
tuned.
Dr. Draft's very excited. I sent him a video. He's all G'd up to build this thing. Oh, build it?
What?
To tune it up. So we do need to run this thing in. If you don't know, this is new rings and bearings and all that. So we shouldn't run it too much because we need to bed them in. So we'll probably, pretty much won't run it again until we'll probably run a little bit when we get the full exhaust because you have to. Because you have to hear it. Some brakes and some other little things and get it together and we'll throw it on a trailer and get it down to Dr. Draft and bed it in and dump all the fluids. Fresh fluids ready to send it to the moon. 700 kilowatt, True.
Get your guesses in now, Drew. Yeah, next one will be the full titanium exhaust and buttoning up the rest of the stuff. The exhaust is going to sound wicked for sure. Smack the like button.
Yeah, smack that like button. First titanium Barra.
Yes.
If you like this build, follow that build. Or if you want to see the VL that was in the background, because everyone likes that build better. But jump on it.
No. Yeah. Anyway.
Doing axe time.
Corey's legs.
Woo!